Happy New Year. It's the first day of 2025. It's also Hill Walking Day Ireland. So both those things have sort of encouraged me to get out today. And the weather has been pretty rubbish over the past number of weeks, really gloomy, dark skies, or else really windy. So this was a really cool weather window just at the start of the year. So I'm in the far southwest of Donegal, along the stretch of coastline from Glencolumcille to Port to Glenlough, and the plan is to walk this stretch of coast and camp at Glenlough. Now this is something I've done before, but I haven't done it in a few years. And if you can see over there, there's a rainbow, and there's been lots of rainbows about today. Just with some light showers coming in on a cool northwesterly breeze. So really looking forward to some cool walking today. I've said it when I've been out here before in Stirl Head, but it's really worth coming out at least a wee bit just to get that perspective along the coast. And there's really clear air today with that sort of northwesterly wind, and the showers coming in is giving that wee sort of bit of different colour and atmosphere as well. That's over to Glen Head with a signal tower, back to Glencolumcille, and that's where I'm headed. So that's on down along the coast. Port is just down in that dip before all the big stacks, and I'll be climbing up Port Hill and then dropping down the other side into Glenlough. Wind isn't too bad, there's a wee bit of a breeze, and that is due to sort of drop down further and further, and the showers are due to drop off as well. So if you're to believe the weather forecast, it's near enough going to be perfect, but we'll see what the reality is. I should have believed the weather forecast. The sun has come out, the showers have eased, the wind has eased, and it actually feels quite warm. And you can see over there, so that's over to Port, and just all those stacks over there. You know what, this coast is absolutely stunning, and there's just one thing after another that just draws the breath away, and that's one of them. I've had a lovely lunch stop here in Port. The sun's out and it actually feels really warm. So hopefully I have a bit of energy climbing up the side of Port Hill here, because it's a fair wee climb up. And you can see back down to port. There's a couple of camper vans parked down there. One's certainly been there overnight, so that's quite a cool place to be, probably for New Year's night. And if you can look back along the line of cliffs, that's where I've come from. And away in the distance, the big jagged sort of promontory is Sturrell Head that I was on in there. So dramatic. So the climb up the side of Port Hill wasn't too bad. So that lunch obviously helped. And I'm now at Glenlough Bay, and I've been here loads of times. I've made loads of videos of it, but still every time I see that site, it sort of goes wow inside my head. I've camped down here a few times at different places. I don't think I've ever done it in winter. So I'll have to pick my spot, and I think I have one in mind, tucked down in beside the river. But I'll see when I get down there. You can probably see that the wind's got up a wee bit. There was a band of showers come through as well, though that's cleared again. Here we are from below, well, a fair bit lower, and all you can hear is just the sound of big waves crashing in against these stacks, and wave after wave just shifting tons and tons of those pebbles in the big storm beats. Here we are. There was just this wee bit of flat ground right beside Glenlough River. It comes down through this wee ravine. See there's a big pool of water there. It heads on down the ravine then. So I camped here once before using a bivy when I walked over from Macara to Glenlough. The weather wasn't great then, it was wet, it was misty, so weather a lot better today. You can actually see things, and I think this will do grand. The wind has dropped the way down in here, so again the wind is due to drop down anyway. I think I can get a bivy up here okay, and hopefully with the nice soothing sounds of the water beside me for the night. I've had my 2 cups of tea, and I've got some festive Christmas shortbread, which went down really well. I was going to try and spoof that I've got turkey, ham and spuds, for my dinner, but unfortunately it was tuna and noodles. The old favourites are hard to beat, I think. Yeah, so I've probably been sitting here for about half an hour, just in the absolute darkness, but you can still make out sort of the water and the edges of the ravine here. And I've just been watching the sky becoming increasingly full of stars, and just listening to that lovely sound of the water passing by. I'm just feeling really, really content. I've just been thinking about it, that wow, there's what else do you need? I have no phone signal at the minute, so I can't even look at my phone or anything like that. I've just got what's around me, and that's the sights and the sounds and the smells. And it's just really cool. And I just wonder, no matter who was here, would they have that same feeling of contentment? I would like to think so. Not too cold at the minute, but I do think it's about 6:30, so it's probably time to get in and get a wee bit toasty in the sleeping bag, and I do think I'll have to put the gloves over my feet tonight, because it is to get down around freezing. So yeah, but good night, and I'll see you in the morning. Good morning. I had a decent enough night. I did have to get out because the sleeping system was on a bit of a slope. I was actually a bit worried about getting into the water, but I knew that wouldn't happen, but it was playing in my mind and it wasn't comfortable. So I had to get out and sort of reposition. And luckily that doubled up as my pee stopped for the night. So I didn't have to get out again. It was really nippy last night. Didn't quite get to freezing. There was a number of passing showers as well throughout the night. Not too heavy, but still something where I had to put the bivy bag up over my head, but no big deal at all. So this morning, still that wee breeze about. The sun has just started to appear. I've had tea, I've had something to eat. I've had a nice stander around as well, sort of doing a wee bit of exploring, and it's now just time to get everything packed up and be on my way. And I think the plan is to head back over Port Hill, down into the wee fishing spot of Port, and then head up the next hill. But instead of going along the coast, I'll cut off on a track which goes up over a hill and then back down again, so it's sort of more of a direct route, and that'll get me back a wee bit quicker. That's the plan anyway, so we'll see how it goes. So on the way up there, sun was shining, there was no wind. I had to take my down jacket off, it was that warm. And now we've got a hail shower blowing in, and it's just totally changed. Just the whole scenery, the whole atmosphere. There was a lovely rainbow over Glenlough Bay just as the shower came in. It's just stunning, absolutely stunning, no matter what the weather is. Back to sunshine and a wee bit of warmth after that hefty hail shower. Had the waterproofs and the gloves and everything on, and whenever it was passing I could see back up to the Donegal mountains, so they had a good covering of snow on them. I don't know, maybe down to about 400 or 500 metres. And as I was climbing up out of Glenlough, I met someone else going down, so an American. And again, it's not often you see other people around Glenlough. Well, sometimes in the summer you'll see a few people, but not maybe at other times of the year, so that was interesting as well. So I'm nearly down in the port, and then it'll be the final climb up, and then back down to Glencolumcille where I'm parked. There's Glencolumcille, so I'm on my last drop off. It was a rough track up to the top of this hill, and there's an RTE transmitter mast on the top, and I've no doubt that's how I was able to get a 4G signal down in Glenlough. That certainly wasn't the case a number of years ago. You wouldn't get any signal at all down there. So yeah, this side has a tarred road going up to the mast. And just had another hail shower coming across there, just the breeze got up, so that's a definite chill in the air. So it's a long day down. That was 29 kilometres with about 1,250 metres of climbing. And I always say that some of this coastal walking can be very deceptive in terms of just how much up and down it is. So 1,250 metres would be a really good day's going, I think, in somewhere like the Mourne Mountains. It's been a really, really good trip. I suppose a really good workout. Weather was actually quite good, even though it was quite cool and there was those showers. It made for really clear air and some really dramatic views, so that was cool. And the scenery and the landscape around this part of southwest Donegal is stunning, and that's probably why I've been here so many times and made so many videos about it. But it's different each time, you know, just with the seasons and the weather, and cool to come here in winter as well, because that does give a different feel to it. All those hours in the bivy bag last night, it was quite cool. There was those passing showers, so that wasn't a totally pleasant experience. It wasn't too uncomfortable either. So I'll certainly take that. But yeah, a nice wee way to start 2025, I think.